In this yoga video, I'm going to work with a strap for shoulders, just shoulders with this one. So we need to sit ourselves up on something. So I've got a bolster that I'm sat on with my feet back, but you might load yourself up with cushions. It's better to be in a kneeling position than a cross-legged position when you do this shoulder work, so that you're elevated and the back has lovely length the whole time, so you're not compromising on the spine as you move the shoulders. You'll find you're a lot more open with it. So if you don't have a strap, you can use a dressing gown cord. That would be ideal. And we'll just hold it there for a moment as we take our warm up. So just roll the shoulders, taking some nice inhales in through the nose. And some exhales here out through the nose. And we'll do one at a time. Same, in through the nose and out through the nose, taking it steady with the breath, soft jawline. And then changing direction. And then stretching the arms out and away like a big wingspan, engaging between the shoulder blades, and then hugging ourselves, drawing our chin in towards our chest. Breathe into the body, that's it, as we open, and then overlap the arms the other way. Breathing into it here. And then just feeling our arms around us, chin into chest, stretch here through the middle back. One more, each way with the arms. And then we are ready, a little bit of loosening if we need from that. So I wouldn't wrap round just because you don't know if you need a little bit more distance on the strap as you work with this. So the first thing we'll do is we'll lift up and we'll just see how this feels. So arms are straight, elbows are slightly soft but not bent, so slightly soft here. We just feel this incredible stretch, and we can come in and out of it. Nice big breath as we lift. And then coming down. And feeling the openness of the chest as we move. If our shoulders will allow it, we will come, and I actually need to give a little bit more space on my strap for this. You might need to too. Come all the way behind us so we've got the full range of movement of the shoulder, lifting up and over. Again, soft elbows but long arms. We may have one shoulder that feels like it's a little bit tighter than the other. Take your time. Remember, you don't have to go all the way behind you. And if you find that your elbow is bending, then that's you cheating. So go for straighter arms, or don't do the full way over, or maybe you need a stretchier band to help you with the movement. That can be a good thing to do also. Just keep breathing, keep flowing with it. Soft jawline, check you're not gripping your teeth. Okay, and again, any kind of loosening that you feel you need. We'll work on some back strength now. So halve the strap just so that you don't have lots of long strap hanging around. And then as if we're holding a tray, we have our strap and our hands are waist level and waist width here. We grip the strap and we're just going to bring some tension to it as if the hands are pulling away, and then row back in and draw your shoulder blades together so you feel the engagement here in the muscles between the shoulder blades, and release. Let the strap release, then tighten again as you draw away and come back with elbows to the sides of the body, engaging here between the shoulder blades. So working our back muscles can be really good for postural reasons, especially with everything in life being quite forward, and our shoulders have a tendency to roll forward. So when we strengthen the rhomboids between the shoulder blades, this can help us to keep the shoulders back and down. Each time we're thinking about the recruitment of the muscle, does one side work a little harder than the other? And if so, make sure that they are both working nicely the same. Laying it down, we're now going to do like a lat pull down above our heads. So the grip is a little bit wider now. Okay, so we make a bit of a Y shape up above the head. So lovely long arms, soft elbows again. And then tension on the strap at the top as we bring here the strap to the front of the chest as the elbows come down either side. Lifting up, you might do a little bit of release of tension and then coming down again. Try this behind the head also. So again, engage, strap, and then come down behind the head. That's it. And then work back up again. So working the latimus dorsi. Again, back muscles, really important for us to strengthen them, especially with yoga being very forward, press up orientated. So we always need to think about our back muscles as well. And then we can do a little bit of forward and back. If it doesn't feel smooth and good to go behind, then just keep it here in front of your chest. And the back is nice and tall. You might have a little bit of a curve in the spine, but we are engaging at the core as we work through these. This will also help us to strengthen the muscles we need for our down dog position as well. Okay, opening the strap back up, we're going to go for some more lengthening and mobility here. So this time the focus is a little bit more on the opening of the chest, and you'll feel it particularly on one side more than the other. So we'll take this up, and again, we need to be free to move the hands a little bit if we need to. Take one shoulder round and back and the other one up high, nice and straight here. That's it. And again, softness in that top elbow, but effectively you want it as straight as you can. And this, you should feel a lovely chest opener on that top arm. Not easy to do at all. And I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see the distance behind me as I do this. So bear with me. I'm going to go for cross-legged position for a second. So there's quite a lot of distance behind me with the arms. I'll just come back to where I was. once you've had sort of 3 breaths on that side, 3 to 4 breaths that side, we lift up and we see how it feels on the other side. So back and away with those arms, straight up at the top. 3 to 4 breaths to start with. Really opening up the space in the chest. And then we can make some circles here. So we'll go in one direction and then we'll change shortly. So round we go. That's it. Lifting up. This is quite hard to coordinate, but hopefully you'll be all good with it. Finding your loop all the way around with straight arms the whole time. That's it. Opening up this chest space. Breathing with it as you flow. And you can imagine you can do this standing as well. And let's change direction. Taking it slow and steady, listening to how the shoulders are behaving as you do the movements. Breathing with it here. Good, and then popping that just to one side. If you need some rolls out of bed, do that too. Okay, so we're going to lift one arm up and down between the shoulder blades. The other thing we need to be aware of that we're not elevating up here. We need to send the shoulder down and behind. And we'll take a grip, a monkey grip here with this other hand. Now it will bring your head forward a little bit. So we want to try and lift the head up, but don't have too much pressure. Just try and keep it upright as much as possible as you hold this stretch. And then up. We'll change the monkey grip at the top and we'll see how this feels down this side. Again, keep the shoulder down, keep the head up, even though it does make you feel like it's drawing you forward slightly. And then we'll work between the two. So up, change at the top and down. Change at the top and down. Good, and open up this space. Position here, and we can use the other arm to encourage this. Okay, holding on. It might be that we can only reach the forearm. We might be able to reach the elbow. See how you feel. And the other option is to help direct that hand up between the shoulder blades. And then again, we can encourage holding onto the forearm, or if we can reach, getting hold of the elbow here. Okay, I'll just turn around. So finding that position with that arm. We don't want to overdo it, so just listen to your body. And I'm working on this arm here. So I'm now going to consider my head and neck. So take the head away from that shoulder that you are focusing on. Let's breathe into it here. Soft jawline. Finding a gaze just beyond screen, perhaps out the window. And then letting the chin here come down towards the chest a little. And then back to center. Just unravel those arms. They might feel like that was quite a strong move. A little bit of movement, or just settling quietly for a moment, taking a few breaths. And let's see how we get on with the other side. So either this position on your back or up and taking a grip of forearm, or if you can reach elbow, then great. Don't overdo it. So here we go. I'm actually going to use my hand, my other hand, this one, to help take that hand up between my shoulder blades. And my grip isn't completely to the elbow, it's just on the forearm here. But I feel enough of a stretch here into the deltoid and then into this bicep here as well. Breathing into the body. Full body breaths. And then letting the head move away from the shoulder that you're stretching. So my focus is this shoulder. So my head is moving away from it. And letting the chin work down towards that chest, but still tilted away. And then gently releasing out of there. That's it, really carefully. And just giving some movement, light movement of the shoulders. Looking at the front of the neck here from collarbone to jawline, we'll take opposite hand to collarbone with the index finger running underneath here and fingertips into the start of the shoulder. Place the other hand on top, drop the shoulders down and away, and then stretch this jawline up and away. So we've got quite thin skin here, it can be quite a strong stretch. Again, with the idea that everything is slightly forward with us. So we want to open up this space. So breathe into it here. Lengthening from collarbone to jawline. And then we'll work with the other side. Index finger runs here underneath the collarbone, other hand on top, drop shoulders down and away, and then stretch that jawline upwards here. Feel the breath work into the front of the chest to help. Good, releasing out of there into a lateral stretch. So fingertips just on the floor here, especially if you're raised up on your hips. And then bring this arm up and over. Now just check again that it's not lifted out. Bring that shoulder back in, softer elbow if you need, and just breathe into this. Laterally opening up the side of the rib cage. Now arc the arm forward and feel this into the back of the rib cage where the ribs meet the spinal column. And just get into this back space. And then opening up. Let's repeat on the other side. Here we go, up and over. Check that you're not elevating out too much, the shoulders back and down, but you're still getting into this rib space. And then arc that arm forward and feel that towards the spine. Good. Opening up here, let's take a little twist. So one hand thigh, the other hand here behind. But so you can hold onto your cushions or bolster, or you might just take hold of a bit of your t-shirt behind you as you take a twist, keeping the hips grounded. And then working over to the other side. Feeling the hips centered, and then just the twist through the mid-back. So a nice spinal release. And back to center. So we're going to relax the muscles in the face and jaw now. So just take your little finger here to the start of your brow, and then your other fingers like a cone here to your forehead, and shoulders down as much as possible as you just use your arms for this last little bit. And we just peel here across the forehead, nice and gently. Paying particular attention to the tension that we may have at the brow line, and using the little finger here just to soothe out this area. Softening the muscles across the forehead. And then palms, we're going to have the palms to forehead, but with the index finger and next finger focusing on the temple. So just holding it here. So we're not going to do any circles or anything like that. We're just going to hold it. And we're going to feel the soothing sensation of the index finger and the second finger here. Just at the temple. Close your eyes if you want to. And then we're going to stimulate here along the collarbone. Like raindrops, use your fingers here to just stimulate along the collarbone up to where the temple is, or just follow the bone line really. Still breathing, softening at the jaw. And then as if we're taking our hair behind our ear, lifting up and around, coming behind the bone and then into the jaw area. And when you get to the edge of the jaw, you might choose to just have a couple of fingers there, very lightly or tenderly being there and just moving the jaw, seeing how it feels. And then letting it go. And you might just repeat that, taking it up behind the ear, round the back, and where we've got the tip of the jawline meeting the neck. Just seeing if we've got any knotted areas here. Some movement through the neck. I'll do one more of these. And then just resting hands here down on knees, or you can put right hand on left here. Letting the shoulders drop down, closing your eyes or softening your gaze, looking beyond screen. And then finding some lovely stillness, just sat here for a moment. Be aware of how you feel in those muscles in your face. Soften around your hairline. And then as if someone has brushed your hair all the way back, soften from your hairline all the way to the back of the skull. Lift up through the top of the head and just feel that softness here in the neck muscles, the shoulders melting down either side of you. Elbows nice and soft. Lovely warmth across your back from the work that you've done. Warmth into the chest also. Nice and grounded here in our kneeling position, raised up. And then just sit with this calm just for about 3 minutes. Go inward. And just be aware of how you feel from the work that you've done. And very gently open your eyes. We'll take our hands here together at heart center. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.